It's easy to look at Dispatch and think, yep, this is going to be another one of those indie morality plays where every choice matters, every consequence is a reflection of your soul, and the ending screen will personally judge you harsher than your high school English teacher. But Dispatch doesn't quite land where it's aiming. Let me preface what I'm about to say with this. I like Dispatch. Dispatch is fun. A surprising amount of fun, actually. It's the exact flavor of chaos management that scratches the part of the brain that loves when a timer hits 0 and all the phone lines start flashing like a Christmas tree having an existential crisis. The voice acting is generally pretty solid across the board. The atmosphere is fantastic throughout most of the episodes, and the game does a great job of making you feel like you're right there, swamped in calls, improvising solutions, and trying to keep everything from falling apart. But then you take a step back and realize something. Your choices don't really matter. Not in the grand, branching pathway, butterfly effect sense the game seems to promise. Sure, there are a handful of places where your decisions actually change something. A line here, a character beat there, maybe an outcome nudges a few degrees left instead of right. But the majority of what you do feels like stage dressing for what was always meant to happen. It's like being told you're steering the ship when really you've been handed one of those plastic wheels kids get on playgrounds. You can spin it all you want, but the boat's still going exactly where the devs charted it. And you know what? I could forgive that. Plenty of narrative games are linear and still great. If the story is compelling enough, structure doesn't matter. But then there are parts of the game that are harder to forgive. Parts that the narrative absolutely did not need. Parts that made me sit up, pause my gameplay, and say out loud, "Are you serious right now?" There's going to be a trigger warning on screen now for what we're about to discuss, so if you want to skip this part, go to the timestamp listed on the screen. I'm talking, of course, about the scenes where Robert is sexually harassed. And let me be absolutely clear. These scenes are not okay. Not tonally, not narratively, not ethically. And the worst part is that the game plays them for laughs. Robert, a character we're meant to take seriously, is repeatedly put into situations that are demeaning, predatory, and deeply uncomfortable. And the framing tells us we're supposed to chuckle at it. Haha, look at Robert, isn't it funny he's being violated? No, it isn't. It never was, it never will be. It derails emotional beats that were working, undermines the tension, and cheapens the stakes. It's the kind of decision that makes you wonder whether anyone in the writing room raised a hand and said, "Hey guys, maybe don't?" Because someone should have. That's not the kind of joke you slip into a narrative that's trying to tackle serious themes, and it leaves a stain on the whole experience, one that didn't have to be there. Because beneath all that, Dispatch genuinely has something. The bones of a great game are here. A stronger emotional core than you'd expect is here. Characters who could have flourished with deeper impact are here. It's a story that almost reaches the heights it's going for. But the execution keeps tripping over itself. Sometimes through limited choice mapping, sometimes through tonal whiplash, and sometimes through choices that are just baffling. Dispatch is fun, but it's also flawed. It's a roller coaster that someone put speed bumps on. It's a story that wants you to care, but then undercuts itself at the worst possible moments. It's a game I can recommend, with caveats, disclaimers, and some side-eye at certain scenes that deserve to be condemned outright. At its best, Dispatch is tense, tight, and engaging. At its worst, Dispatch forgets that characters deserve respect, not humiliation disguised as humor. And that, I think, is the biggest tragedy. Dispatch isn't a bad game. It's a good game with a few serious flaws that do just enough to keep it from being great.